9 News at 7 a.m. starts right now.
A deadly crash near Greenwood Village this week is continuing a long-running trend of incidents that have been happening on a single stretch of I-25 for years. And Westminster police need your help finding a woman that led them on a pursuit through multiple cities last night. And it's going to feel a little bit like summer and fall this weekend, as temperatures are going to stay high as we head into October. Good morning, I'm Lauren Scafidi. Let's send things on over to Weather Impact meteorologist Keely Chalmers. Keely, I was gone last weekend. I was back home visiting Chicago, and I was so excited to come back to the weekend and see all of our beautiful shots from our sky cams this morning.
Oh, gorgeous. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a beautiful weekend to be in Colorado, whether you're in the high country doing some leaf peeping or tourism activities, or down at the lower elevations across the plains. Look at this sunrise. A live shot from Holyoke. It is gorgeous, 52 degrees outside the 9 News studio. So temperatures around the metro area in the upper 40s to about mid 50s. And that's what we're seeing across the plains right now. We're at 52 at DIA, Greeley checking in at 48 degrees. We're at 51 in Fort Collins. Temperatures mainly in the 20s and 30s up in the high country. And we are in the 50s out across the western slope. Live radar quiet as we start off your weekend. We do have some precipitation in the forecast. We'll talk about that in just a bit. Mostly sunny though today, with temperatures climbing about 79 degrees. It's going to be a bit breezy at times this afternoon, with those winds gusting up to about 25, in some cases 30 miles per hour across the plains. So we're going to make it into the 60s by 10 o'clock. We've got lots of sunshine, not even a cloud on our hour-by-hour forecast, as temperatures climb about 4 to 5 degrees above normal for this time of the year, 79 degrees. So we're looking mainly 70s and low 80s. Warm and dry topping our weather headlines. Mountain storms, we will talk a little bit more about that, and above normal temperatures as we head into the week. We'll have more on those storms and what you can expect, especially if you're in the high country this weekend, coming up in your complete forecast in just a bit.
Keely, thank you so much. New this morning, Denver police are investigating a deadly hit and run. DPD posted about the crash at 10:30 last night, saying that it was between a car and a motorcycle. It happened near 26th and Federal. The crash closed down northbound and southbound Federal. Both are back open this morning. DPD has not shared any information about the car that took off. We're making calls to learn more this morning, and we'll be sure to keep you updated once we hear back. In Aurora, 6 people were hurt in a crash involving an RTD bus, someone on a bike, and 2 other cars. Everyone is expected to survive. It happened at 12th and Havana just after 8 last night. The cyclist is most seriously hurt. There was 1 minor injury on the bus. 4 people out of another car were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. At least one of them is a kid. Police have not released what caused the crash. We now know the 2 people killed in a crash that shut down southbound I-25 for hours this week were just 13 years old. And a driver nearby explains the moments that it all happened. 10 miles of southbound I-25 came to a standstill Thursday night after a crash near Orchard Road in Greenwood Village. That crash killed 2 passengers. It was 2 13-year-old boys, one from Henderson and one from Commerce City. We just learned from the 27J schools community that they were both 8th graders at Prairie View Middle School. In a statement yesterday, the district said it is heartbroken. 4 other people were hurt. David Buther was driving home from work when it happened. He told us it all started when a car in front of him spun out of control. He and the driver behind him managed to slow down, but he says a cement truck barreling down the left lane did not. In his rearview mirror, he watched the truck slam into that sedan and then whip sideways across I-25, setting off a chain of collisions.
It was really scary to see that truck coming really fast down the road, and it didn't look like it was stopping for anybody. And by that time I was looking in my rearview mirror, and it was like some sort of tragic movie where there were multiple collisions and dust or smoke firing up.
So scary. Leading up to the crash, David said he noticed the cement truck drifting in and out of its lane at about 70 miles an hour. He told us it was moving so unpredictably that he and other drivers tried to get around it just to stay clear.
Having trouble maintaining itself in that left lane. It would drift out of the lane to the left and out of the lane to the right several times. But I was concerned actually about, is that driver struggling with something?
The exact cause of this crash is still under investigation. Police don't believe that alcohol or drugs were a part of that crash. Road markings appear to show that the crash started in the fast lane and then moved to the shoulder where the highway meets the light rail track. This stretch of I-25 has really seen some bizarre accidents. In 2017, a tanker fire shut down the highway during the evening rush hour, and that same year, a semi ended up straddling the median. MSU Denver transportation engineering professor explained that straight highways like this can give a false sense of safety.
In the sense that there's so many curves, that actually creates more of a drive that people are more aware of. You know, they're working so much in their conscious mind when they're driving through that. And when you hit these long stretches, there's one up north and of course the one down south that we're talking about, that all of a sudden there's these long tangents. People seem to speed up and be distracted in their mind with other things rather than carefully maneuvering through.
So let's get back to that area where Thursday night's accident happened. That was restriped in June and it was resurfaced in 2018. This morning, Westminster police are still searching for a woman who led officers on a chase on Friday. Westminster PD says just before 5:30 p.m., officers were called to the area of 77th Avenue and Sheridan Boulevard for a report of a felony menacing kidnapping. A person who called 911 reported seeing someone point a gun at another person before they left in a car together. Police say they were able to track down a vehicle matching that description, but then when they tried to make contact with the driver, they took off. That led to a chase into Wheat Ridge, where the car was found abandoned. Police say that they have since learned that both of the people in the car were women and they knew each other. A woman who is believed to be the passenger was found, but police are still looking for that driver this morning. Westminster PD believes that this is an isolated incident. This morning, we're getting a closer look at how authorities stopped a wanted man at the center of an Amber Alert in Chaffee County. The Chaffee County Sheriff's Office and Salida Police Department were issued a BOLO, or Be on the Lookout, alert on Thursday. It was for a truck driven by Philip Torres. He's the non-custodial father of a 14-year-old at the center of this Amber Alert. So investigators say a license plate reader tracked the truck to Poncha Springs. Then officers started getting calls from downtown Salida. Authorities started a chase and Torres took off, at times going over 100 miles per hour before those spike strips were used. Officers took Torres into custody and rescued his son from the truck. Torres is facing a number of charges. He's still in the Chaffee County Detention Facility this morning. Aurora Police Chief Todd Chamberlain says the teenager his officers shot was planning a mass shooting. This all happened about a week and a half ago, September 18th. Police say the teenager, identified as Blaze Ball Mason, called 911. He told dispatchers he was planning to shoot up the Conoco gas station at Havana and Alameda. Police say he also threatened to shoot officers. Once on scene, police fired foam rounds. They say at that point, the teenager charged at them, keeping his hands hidden. That's when an officer fired his gun. Yesterday, Chief Chamberlain defended his officers.
But I want to be very, very crystal clear on this. This was not a call based upon somebody who was in mental crisis. This was a call based on an individual who said that he was going to commit mass shootings and mass violence.
Police say the 17-year-old did not have a gun. He died from his injuries. The 18th Judicial District's Critical Incident Response Team is investigating the shooting. Aurora Police is doing its own internal investigation. Sheridan Police released body camera video of the moment officers shot and killed a man who threatened people with a machete along a bike path. A warning, you might find this video hard to watch.
No! Drop the knife! No! Drop it! I didn't do nothing! Drop the knife!
This happened Thursday night around South Clay Street and North Drive near the Bear Creek path. Callers told dispatch the man had already threatened 2 people. When officers got there, they say the suspect ignored commands to drop the machete and then came toward them. You saw that in that video right there. They tried to use a taser, but that didn't work. Both officers then fired their guns. The man was taken to a hospital where he later died. The Critical Incident Response Team is now investigating the shooting. The 2 officers are now on administrative leave, which is just standard protocol. Sheridan Police Chief Jeffrey Martinez released a statement on the shooting. He said in part, quote, "We ask that each of you allow all of the facts to be discovered, reviewed, and educated prior to demonizing anyone involved in the incident. The job of every police officer is extremely difficult, and I can assure you that this is the last action our officers want to take while serving our citizens."